In this tutorial, I'm going to show you some basic editing techniques in iMovie. iMovie allows you to really easily edit clips, change some effects of the clips, add new effects, do all kinds of stuff to these clips that you've now imported into your event library. So I found this commercial. It's for Internet Explorer, and I really liked it, so I figured I'd use this as kind of an example of editing a clip. Now, I can just click and drag to my project library here so I could start working on my movie, but that's not going to work because you'll notice only a small selection of my movie has been selected. So if we drag out and select the entire clip that we want to bring into our project, there's the whole clip right there. And now you see the hand icon here. We can now click and drag, and you'll see the plus icon says we're going to be dropping it in here. You'll note that the frame rate of this clip is 24 frames per second, and the frame rate of the project is 30. Do I want to change the frame rate of the project to 24? I'll change it. I was just testing something out. You want it typically to be at 24 frames per second. Alright, so let's take a quick look at this video, or at least the first parts of it.
You might not remember us, but we met in the 90s. We are members of Generation Y.
Alright, so this is a video about 90s kids. Very well done by Internet Explorer. They kind of pull into people like me who grew up in the 90s when the internet was in its infancy. Anyways, so I want to start editing this clip, but I don't want this beginning part. You might not remember us, but we met in the 90s. And notice, once I hover over this clip here, the little playhead, and it's kind of hard to see here, but you'll notice that the playhead, the red line that goes up and down on the clip follows your pointer. So if we move it real slowly, we could almost go frame by frame. Now if we want to zoom up closer, we could go down here and we can adjust the number of frames per thumbnail displayed in our project browser here. So if we pull it in, notice that we get more thumbnails available to us. And so I don't want any of this text here, but I do want to catch that snap bracelet going on the wrist there. I remember wearing those. So about right there, I want it to start from right there. How are we going to do that? One way that I like doing it is right-clicking, or on the Mac, control-click. And we are going to split clip. We're going to split the clip at the playhead, which is that red line that goes vertical on your clip. Split clip. And you'll notice now we have, in a sense, two clips. So if we were to select this clip, and notice the yellow outline means the whole thing has been selected, I can delete it by pressing delete, and it just leaves us at the start of this clip. Pretty cool.
We are members of Generation Y.
I want to stop it right about here, right at this transition right here. Okay, right at the end. So again, control click to split the clip. And now we just have this clip right here.
We are members of Generation Y.
Cool. Okay, so that's one feature for you to be able to edit a whole clip and kind of divvy it into smaller clips. You also note too that there's this little gearbox right here, and this gearbox is really important when it comes to editing your clip. If we click that, we have a lot of different adjustments that we can use. We can use a precision editor, which I am not too familiar with, but it pretty much does the same thing here. Allows you to select or deselect certain parts of the video. With this. If we go back to our clip here, and we go to clip adjustments, we can now make adjustments to the clip itself. We can add video effects, which you'll note there are a lot of video effects. And some pretty neat ones too. As you'll note. There are other options. We could reduce the speed of it if you want, so we can make it slow motion. We could also stabilize the image, though you don't want to mess with that too much unless your camera work was really jerky and wasn't done very well. And we also, within this inspector, we could just click in each of these tabs and change other parts of the video, including exposure, brightness, contrast, and saturation of color within the video clip itself. And lastly, audio, you can adjust the volume. There is ducking options here as well. You could fade in the audio and fade out. You could reduce the background noise here, although not necessary in this case. I'm going to press done. And so here we have our video clip, and you'll note there's a few more icons up here because we have made adjustments. And we slowed it down. Great. So if we didn't like any of those adjustments, it's really easy to revert back to the original by just going back to video, and we can revert to the original. Audio, we can revert to original, and the clip itself, since we slowed it down, we can speed it back up to its normal speed, 100% right here. And done. And so we kind of reversed everything that we did. And if you did something wrong that you don't like, say you deleted that clip, oh no, it's gone. You'd always go back up to Edit and Undo, Delete, Selection. Apple or Command Z will allow you to revert it back.
We are members of Generation 9.
Okay. So that's a brief tutorial of how to edit the videos in iMovie. Obviously, there's a lot more, and the best way for you to learn really is to experiment.